I am. Right, short video. So I've got to be up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Just a little video on future events and things I'm going to be doing on this channel. I just done the last stream on my other channel, actually, my Steve Haunting Experience channel. Just done a live stream on there, didn't get nothing, so decided to do a quick one on here. Right, so the other day I went to a particular common and I was lucky enough to bring home 6 kilos of scrap lead, which I found by metal detecting. Now, I originally found one piece last year, and I wasn't going to bring it home because it's too heavy for one thing here, and I wasn't interested in any kind of bringing bulk loads of scrap metal at home because I had too much clutter on the balcony as it was, which I've only just recently thrown all away, and I've just realised I could have salvaged some of that and scrapped some of that for the copper, and I threw a lot of stuff away where I could have got a lot of copper from that I just didn't think about until this morning when I was watching some videos where you can get a lot of copper from power supplies and stuff like that. I'm thinking, crap, I just threw a load of power supplies away. Why didn't I see these videos before? So I could have scrapped them just for the copper. Even though I may not have been able to melt the copper down, I could have still kept it and probably sold it to a scrap dealer or something, or exchanged it for with a scrap dealer, exchange it for lead, which I need. But last year I did find a chunk of lead, and I didn't really want to bring it home, so I left it there. And now I'm actually interested in getting lead. Hello, Dragon. Now I'm actually interested in getting lead. I have been doing my local commons looking for lead, so I'm pretty sure I found a chunk over there, and I couldn't find where I dumped it or anything. But I knew there was another common. I knew exactly where I dumped some lead, where I found last year. But I'll go back to that one in a minute. But a local one where I found some lead towards the beginning of the year, I kind of threw it in some bushes, and that common, has changed, dramatically. All the weeds and new plant growth and stuff like that. I just don't know why I threw it. So I did hunt around. I found some old musket balls and some old kind of little piece of metal lead, which I brought home with me. But I knew the other common. I knew that there was a piece of lead there. So I went there the other day with my metal detector, and I found that piece of lead. And I didn't just find that piece of lead. I found several pieces of lead, and I put it all in my backpack. I don't think there's any more, but I will go back there and double check because it might be more lead either buried deeper under, or there might be some more to the top of the ditch it's on, or there might be more further along. So I'm going to go back there and double check that section again sometime, maybe in about a week or two. I don't know when, but I will go back there. But I went back there, I found that piece of lead, and not just that, I found several pieces in that same area, and I brought home 6 kilos of lead. Now I had to clean it up, get the old wire brush. I've already melted it down into ingots, anything from 245 grams up to 650 grams of ingots. I've weighed them. I put down, roughly what they weigh in a blue felt pen. They are now ready to be remelted to make fishing weights, so to say, later on. I did make some fishing weights, made 16 the other day. The only thing is that the cast I've got, I wasn't putting the cast around the right way, so some of them kind of looked a little bit deformed. And looking at it, you got one there, oh, that looks good, but when you turn it around, the other one is half done, kind of thing, because it's only casting what's picking up on the actual ingot, the cast. So no, I could actually remelt them, but I ain't gonna bother. some of them I'll probably be giving away to some of the guys over the comment anyway. Tomorrow, I'm going to meet up with a guy who's actually going to give me 5 kilos of lead free of charge. He sent me a message on Facebook. He goes, "Oh, you get this bus to so-and-so, I can meet up with you. I've got 5 kilos, you'd have free." So I thought, oh, yeah, I'll have that, mate. So I arranged a time to go and meet him at a certain location. I'm not saying where. So tomorrow I'll be picking up another 5 kilos. So really, I've got 3, as in like haven't paid for. With the 5 kilo tomorrow, about 11 and a half kilos. I did buy 1.8 kilos off eBay, and also bought 5 kilos off a scrap dealer around the corner to me. No, not 5 kilos, a kilo. Sorry, it was 1 kilo. So that one I did melt down to actually make the fishing weights. The 1.8 kilos I got off eBay for $6.99 is still in the cupboard in ingots. All the lead I found has been melted down into ingots. The lead that I'm going to be given to me, I don't know what condition that is. I don't know, it's like melted. I don't know, it's like lead from the roof, or if it's like lead piping or whatever. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll find that out tomorrow, because I forgot to ask him actually what kind of lead it is. But lead's lead, it's free. I ain't gonna grumble if it's covered in fucking dirt and shit, as long as it's free, I'll be happy. Right. So I am trying to look for any donations from people who would be willing to give me any free lead if they've got any, they want to give away. Hello, David. So if anyone's got any free lead they want to send it my way, feel free to, I'll try to pay towards the cost of the postage. But if it's free lead, great. If it's lead where, you want money for, then I'm not going to be paying that much for it, because it's just like worth it. I know lead's getting more hard and scarce to get hold of. I've been to a couple of places where they, in the olden days, they used to get lead wool weights, but they don't do them anymore. It's more aluminium and zinc. Now I did go to a place down the road to me, and he did give me a handful of he gave me some wheel weights. Some of them were lead, but more than half was actually zinc. Now, I'm not sure if I'm able to melt that zinc in my camping cooker. The lead I found over the common, I did actually melt all that down just with my flame gun. That's all been melted down and put into ingots. I don't know if you can melt zinc and possibly aluminium just with a flame gun. I'm going to check out, the aluminium, but I can only do the aluminium when she's not in and a window shut, because that will give off more of a stink and probably gases from the aluminium than it does with, from the lead. Because don't forget, aluminium's got all that paint and stuff like that on there as well. So you got to burn all that away, and you've got to continue I reckon you're going to need at least 2 or 3 kilos of aluminium to even get maybe a kilo of ingots. I don't know. You might get 2 kilos of ingots out of 3 kilos of aluminium. So what I'm doing now is, instead of throwing my cans away, I just put them on the floor, crush them down, put in a plastic bag. Wait until that plastic bag's filled up, then I'm going to shove them out in the balcony, put them in a plastic container, and just build them up. And maybe later I'll try to melt these down, make some ingots out of that. I have noticed today watching a load of videos on YouTube, people have been like doing a lot of like copper salvaging from like, you know, motors and engines and from TVs and microwaves. Or today, I did find a microwave sitting outside someone's garden, and I had that away, but I've not stripped it yet. Now, the microwave has like, you know, you got aluminium, you got steel, you got copper, you got some other kind of like stuff in there which is very, very toxic and dangerous, and you got kind of like get rid of that, you know, properly kind of thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's like when you get it out, it's got aluminium and everything here. It's where I think the magnets are. I'm not sure if it's the bit where the magnet is or where all the aluminium is, but it's got like, looks like an orangey kind of like top on each side of it. It's supposed to be very like dangerous and toxic and poisonous, so you know you don't want that. They, you know, every video I saw they said, you know, get rid of that as best you can, you know, kind of thing. So I will have to find a way of getting rid of that, but I've not stripped the microwave yet. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be going and collecting that 5 kilos of free lead. I'll be taking my little fishing rod, my new fishing rod, and some bait, and I'll probably be going to a little lake where I'm meeting that guy, because it's just like across the road, and there is a common there. So, you know, and there is a lake there, so I might go and check that lake out, see, you know, what kind of fish there are, if there's any fish in there. And if there ain't no fish, then I've got a choice of coming straight back home, and then going back out later. Or if that lake hasn't got nothing there, just come straight back towards my home and do a bit of fishing on the River Wandle. But if I do any fishing, it still means I'm going to have to carry 5 kilos of bloody lead around with me. But I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I probably will do a little bit of fishing before I come home anyway. Try the lake on that common, I think. I don't think there's no bylaws that you can't fish there, because it is more a public common. But I did get kicked off for metal detecting on that common before. Some fucking old beady with a dog went and fucking phoned up the common sheriffs and told him that I was metal detecting. They came around and asked me politely not to metal detect. And I said, well, why? Because I'm insured. Well, I was insured up to £1 million for damages. And I have seen several videos where people have been here metal detecting before, and they found Roman remains. And when I told them that, they contacted the office and they said, no one's, not even Time Team, is allowed to metal detect there. No archaeology allowed whatsoever unless they fund it themselves. So they said, no, sorry, you'll go. So I got kicked off and I can't metal detect there. But there are other parts, different commons near there where I could probably go metal detect at some stage, which I probably will do. But this week, I'll be doing, as I say, going collecting that lead. It's already been planned for where I've got to meet the guy. He has said it's free, so I don't have to pay for it. I'll offer him, something for it, because I am that kind of person, And it was just a £5. If he takes the £5, he says no. I say, do you do any fishing? If so, then I'll make some fishing weights and send you some. And if he says no, don't worry about it, then I'm okay. But later in the week, I will do some more fishing. I'll probably do some more melting of the lead. When I get that lead tomorrow, I'll probably melt that down Tuesday and probably do a video on that. While I'm melting it, I might make some more fishing weights out of it as well. Because I've only got like 16 weights that I've made so far. I've got with the lead I got off eBay and the lead 1 kilo I got from around the what's the name shop, the scrap dealer shop, and the lead I found on the common, I've melted all that down. I think the amount of lead I've used to make the fishing weights is probably about 1 kilo, but I still got like in ingot wise about 7.5 kilos. And when I get this lead tomorrow, there'll be another 5 kilos melted down. So it'd be like 12 kilos of lead in ingots, hopefully sorted out by the end of the week. But I'm still looking for more lead, So anyone like has got they want to send it to me, I'll be grateful. Any amount will do. In old fishing weights will be okay because I can melt those down and make them into new fishing weights. My plan is to at least try and get 50 kilos of lead. 50 kilos of lead before Christmas, because then that's like a nice little stockpile. I can like make ingots. I can like use those ingots and melt down to fishing weights whenever I need them. I might look in scrapping at looking for stuff out on the street. Trying to scrap copper, because copper's worth a lot of money actually. If I can find copper, I won't mind trying to melt that down. Now I don't know if I can melt that down in a saucepan and use my flame gun. Some people have been able to do it that I've seen, but a proper way of doing it is a furnace. And I have seen a furnace on eBay, but it's like £200. It's like an electric furnace as well, and I don't have £200. No way do I have £200. But I wouldn't mind getting one actually. But the thing is, you have to keep dragging it outside on the balcony and using it on the balcony because I won't be able to do it in here. If I could get some kind of like little storage shed or something, yeah, then I could always leave it in a storage shed, I suppose. I've got a load of like old scrap iron which I found and brought home, where I've been melt detecting. They're in buckets underneath like a table kind of thing. I can't really like melt down iron and steel. I'm not really welding iron steel, but I have been watching a load of YouTube videos where they've been making fishing weights out of copper, zinc, and even tin and aluminium. Because where lead is so like rare now and so expensive to buy from scrap dealers, it is hard to find lead, I think. The only way you're going to find it is like, through certain means such as like roofing contractors. They've been doing the roof and they've like, been able to salvage lead from the roofing, then you might be able to get some lead out of them. Where else? Lead from old boats, apparently. Old boats used to have lead in them. Old fishing nets, if you're able to go down the coast and find some old fishing nets laying around, there's probably lead on there you can cut away and bring home. So I'm thinking about doing that one day, going down to the coast. I did go to the coast once myself before, just over a walk around, because I had I used to do like a little bit of stone tumbling, and I really wanted to go down the coast and get some like the stones from the shore, which I did do and bring home. But I had to come home early because I managed to get really big blisters on my feet and my shoes fell apart. Now I go and buy a bloody brand new pair of shoes, would you believe? So I might go back down there, but I can't remember what bloody part of the coast I went down, because there are boats all along the shore, and I'm pretty sure there's probably I know there's old fishing nets scattered around, so you might be able to find some lead on the old fishing nets. You might even see some guys working on boats and and ask them if they've got any old nets with leads on, which you might be able to like salvage off them. Because when people have actually got lead and they want to get rid of it, they have to take the scrap dealer, and the scrap dealer will only give them pittance for it. Like, you know, I looked on Google, and a scrap dealer, right, buys in lead from 50p up to £1.25p per kilo, right? But when you want to buy it off the scrap dealer, it's like 3 times the price. You're paying like anything between £4 and £6 for a kilo of lead. So, you know, if you're able to find a good source of lead, you want to like keep it and work with it. You know, you could make it like 500 fishing weights and sell them on eBay, or you could sell like well, last one I got off eBay, just under 2 kilos for £6.99. That's with free postage. So, you know, you could always sell some if you get too overstocked. So but yeah, I was looking at 20 kilo on eBay, and they want like fucking £44, I think it is, for 20 kilos. I ain't got £44 for 20 kilos. If I was able to get 20 kilos, the maximum I'll probably pay for it's like 10 quid. Plus the person will have to deliver it unless it's local. Hello, Outdoors Adventures. Hello, Alan. So, any lead you get, Alan, keep it for me. I know you got your little pot. Keep it for me. We'll have to go metal detecting again sometime. Trying to find out where there might have been some old homes that have been like knocked down. We can go metal detecting around there, because you know, we might find some old kind of stuff around there. You know, like lead. Might find old iron steel. You know, I'm not bringing home iron and steel. You know, that all can be left behind. Anything copper wise, I want to bring home. Lead, definitely bring home. After next week, we can do some metal detecting. If you want to go over to Tenton Lock, or we can do some more fishing. It's up to you. I don't mind. You know, I've been going out. You know, some of the place I've had to walk. Luckily, like, you know, I was able to go to the Commonwealth. Got that 6 kilo of lead just the other day. Just had enough of my travel card for that. Just had to put the last few pence on my bloody travel card to go tomorrow and collect that other lead from that other guy. So getting 5 kilos off a guy tomorrow. I'm trying to find locations where I might, you know, like might have lead knocking around. You know, there are other commons I could probably go to, but they're just too far out, you know, kind of thing. And you need to take your metal detector. Not places you're not allowed to metal detector now, because of, you know, the council rules and regulations and the bylaws. Yeah, what we can do is take our metal detectors down there then, yeah, and hunt around there, and then, like, you know, see what we can find down there. Continue part of Alan digging to China. That's what I'm going to call it. Part 2, Alan digging to China at the bottle dump. I don't think it's really a bottle dump. I just think it might have just been like a landfill kind of thing, to be honest with you. But it's still interesting, because some of them broken bottles with the the imprint was quite interesting. But yeah, like, not this week, but next week, when I've got a bit more money on my travel card, if you want to go up there, we can go up there, take out metal detectors and spades and any lead. We can also do the foreshore if it's like out. So check the time with the foreshore when we meet up. If the foreshore is out, we can do some metal detecting on the River Thames itself. And then, like, as it's coming in, then we can go and do some at the bottle dump later. Yeah, that's what we could do. Foreshore first, then the bottle dump. Or if the foreshore is not out until the afternoon, then we could do the bottle dump, then the foreshore. see how it goes. But yeah, like rest of the week, I've got a few things to do. I've got, as I say, I did find a microwave just down the road to me, sitting out there, being waiting to be picked up by the trash. So I brought that home. That's out in the balcony. You know, we ain't gonna have no rain for the whole week, maybe 2 weeks. It's all meant to be sunny until the 13th, I think. But you know, the British weather. So Tuesday, I'm thinking like doing a video of me actually taking that apart. I know there's no lead in there apart from, you know, the solder, and you know, you ain't gonna get much out of that, to be honest with you. You might get like a teaspoonful, maybe out of the circuit boards if you're lucky. You know, it all counts, I suppose, but I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is like salvage the scrap copper out of it and the 2 magnets, because each microwave's got 2 magnets in there, mate. Did you know that? Oh yes, each microwave has at least 2 magnets. How powerful they are, I don't know, but I'm going to salvage those and then, you know, bring them up one day and see what we can get with the magnets. That'd be fun, wouldn't it, eh? So that I'm going to be probably doing Tuesday or Wednesday, scrapping that microwave out. I know where there's one of those piano things and a printer I could go and get right now if I wanted to. It's out on the pathway. It's about a 10-minute walk, but I ain't going to bother with it because in the piano it's more, you know, an electric kind of like circuit board, and there's only certain things in there which has only got like small amounts of like copper. The power supply probably won't have any copper in it. The printer, not worth it. You know, the only thing that probably have copper on that is the actual motor that's inside it, you know, kind of thing. So I cleared out my balcony the other day, boxes and, you know, so much stuff on there, you know, old CDs and DVDs which were completely wrecked, man. You know, probably about 400 CDs and DVDs, which had like movies, games, and videos and all that kind of stuff, thrown away in a bin. Boxes which had water in it and had like circuit boards of like Christ knows only like sound cards and modem cards and, you know, processors and memory chips, you know, all kind of like just rusting up, you know, kind of thing. Threw that all away, you know. I threw out like 8 bin bags and 4 boxes of crap on my balcony the other day, and I didn't realise that some of them would have definitely had like copper in them, and you know, possibly aluminium. And it was only until the day that I was watching these videos I realised, shit, I've just thrown a lot of stuff away which would definitely have copper in it. Definitely had copper. And, you know, even those little bits of copper all build up. And I could, like, you know, cut all them out and put them in another little box. But too late because I've thrown it all away. And I think the bins have already been cleared. And if they ain't been cleared, they're way at the bottom. And I'm not going to jump in the fucking bin to dig all that stuff out, which I've just thrown away. So, no. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is start fresh, you know. I actually went walking around to see if I can find any stuff. I went on an industrial estate, found, you know, a couple of small bits of like aluminium, threw them in my bag. There's a piece of, I thought it might have been lead, but I think it's iron actually. That went in my bag. I kind of just walked around like these streets actually. But before I found the aluminium, I walked up the top of my road and there's a microwave sitting there. So I thought, well, with that still there later, I'll probably come back and get that. Because I've done it like in a circle. And I say there's like an industrial estate, and I walked through there, and there's an industrial estate with this bin. You had fucking massive strips of aluminium there. Oh, fuck me, man. If I had a way of getting some of that home, I would do, but, you know, being Sunday, you know, I don't want to be pinching it, you know, kind of thing. So I thought, well, no, you know, I ain't going to take none. Because I, you know, I might have cameras and, you know, and I might be videoing and all that kind of stuff. So I might go there, you know, during the week and see if they've got any smaller offcuts I can, like, probably scrounge off them. Because I want to learn, you know, to see if I can actually melt aluminium in a saucepan with my camping stove. And yes, I've got a camping stove, just like the one that you got on your video. I got mine off eBay, no, Amazon, with 12 tins of butane gas. And I also got one of those hand gas flame gun things as well, with 4 tins of propane as well. So, but when I went over the comment yesterday and found that 6 kilos of lead, no, not yesterday, the day before. I can't even remember when I went there, to be honest with you. But I bought that lead home and I actually melted it down with the gun, the actual propane gun, in a saucepan. I didn't even have to use my camping cooker. But at least I've got it, because then I can take it camping and make tea or coffee or soup or whatever. Because my flask broke the other day, well, the other week when I last went, it fell on the floor on the bus, and I only just realised that the other day when I went to wash it out, all the internal was like shattered. So that's why, you know, my mum gave me the money to buy, and my sister gave me the money to buy the camping cooker. Right, well, let us know when the low tides are, so we can go and do some melt detecting and see if we can find some fishing weights. Even if they are in good condition and they've still got like the little hoop on them, I probably still might melt them down and make them, like, you know, new, fresh, like this one. This one I found myself. I probably might be melting that down again. But what I might do is I might cut that loop out. Let me just go and get something. Right, that's the one I was just showing you. That's another one I found. That's one I think we found when we was doing fishing the other day on that rig, that fishing rig where that bike. I know you've seen that float, that weight. Then that's that one, right? But I actually cut some cork out the other day and made it like that shape. Stuck it in sand, left the sand to dry off for a couple of days. Then I actually melted some lead and I made 4. Now, a couple of them didn't turn out, so, you know, I've got to kind of like remelt them. But that's what I made. You know, it didn't come out proper, but because I like to like fine them down, you know, kind of thing. But I've got the loop on there, and this is the like the detachable kind of one, so you can use it as a backdrop, but it's kind of more heavy. This one, let me just bring the camera down. That actually weighs 87 grams, right? Now I've got another one. I did make 4, but 2 of them, that one's 66 grams. So in total, them 2, 87, 66, 153. So you see the different sizes, yes, it's 2 different sizes, right? and that's made out of that cork. The actual fishing weights, these are the ones that I kept in the box. You know, I've got some in my other box, but they should have turned out like this, proper pear shape. But the actual cast, I didn't put in the right position, and they kind of like turned out a bit like that. So no, I can still use them as like fishing weights, I suppose, but I might melt them ones down. But those weighing at like 47 grams, 40 grams, 47 grams as well, 43, 39. These are the small ones. That's that one. So I mean, two different sizes, because that should have been that. But you know, the cast I've got, it's got like 4 different sizes, and I didn't put it around properly. So there's that one, 36 grams. 3 more. I think they're all going to be about 36, 45, 39, 35, 34. So that's the smaller one. The biggest one should have been like that, because you've got 4 different sizes. Work out what ones are what. That's 3 sizes. Where's the 4th one? I think I've got the other ones in my tackle box actually. Same size. Yeah. Yeah, I think the other ones are in my tackle box, because I've got like 4 in my tackle box. So the other 4 might have been the ones that came out properly, like these ones did. Not that one, like them ones. But they would have been like that size. So I could remilk these ones, but I ain't going to bother. But what I want to do is I'm going to order some plaster of Paris next week when I get my money. And I'm actually going to do plaster casts. And I'm going to do it so you've got 4 different size weights. So it'll be like one like that, one like that. Let's bring that camera down. So that's roughly about, yeah, that's the same size, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to cast, you know, make a cast, something like that. So you've got 4 different weights, just like the ingot, just like the popper cast I've got, which I'll go and get. See, this is the cast that I've got. It's got 4 sizes on it, yeah. And what I was doing, instead of having it round like that, the proper way, I actually had it upside down. And what it was doing is it was casting like the bigger one on one side and the smaller on the other side, so it wasn't casting the proper size. That's why I was screwing up. So now, when I do it, I know exactly I've got to have it like that to make a proper cast. I've put A, B, so that should be like that. And then I've been making like my ingots by using a muffin tin or a cake tin or whatever you want to call them. And this one's like 644 grams. It's quite bloody heavy as well. And I made these out of all the lead that I found the other day, including the 1 kilo I got from the what's the name shop, the scrap metal dealer, which I paid a £4 for a kilo, which was way over the top. And I'm going to probably make some more of these ones as well, make them like a little less, you know, like if I can make it like just half the size of that, then and put them on there, I can use them as backdrops. And I was actually going to make some of these as backdrops as well. But that's what I've been doing, making my own fishing weights. What boat you on about? I'll tell you, when we saw that guy the other day, not the other day, a couple of weeks ago, what's his bloody health environment guy, when he stopped and we asked about fishing, and he said, can't do it along where the boats park up, but you can do it further up, you know, in the grassy area. We should metal detect that as well, because I reckon there might be a lot of like fishing weights that have been dropped on that grass area. So we should do up that area. So when we go and do metal detection, we've got 3 places we can do the foreshore, if the shore's, you know, the water's out and we've got some beach to detect. We can do the metal, the bottle dump. Then we could, if we wanted to, walk all out to that grassy area where you're meant to be able to like fish and detect around that area. See if anyone's like left any fishing weights and stuff like that. Probably be a few coins up that way as well. Probably like modern day, might be some olden days. We haven't even got that far out, if we really to metal detect, we should do up there as well. So, so that's what we could do. I really need to find a place up near your way. I think it's about time you come down near my way, actually, for once, to be honest with you. Make me keep coming all the way up there. You got a moped, you can fucking put your bloody metal detector on your back and moped down here. Because there are, you know, there are quite a few commons around my area, which we could do anyway. I know I've hit them, but I'm not hitting that hard. And there's still certain parts of the commons I've not even touched yet. There's one common, I know it's kind of overgrown, but it used to have the old World War II air raid shelters and like artillery gun replacements on there till they decided to like deconstruct them, knock them down. They was planning to like making a house in the state on them in the 1964 area, but the council said no, just leave it and we'll put the Conservatives like, you know, and have it as like a common. That's what happened to it. Left as a common. But I know I've been over there and I've picked up, you know, shitloads of iron over there. But there could be like other kind of metals, like, you know, it could be like fucking shrapnel. Well, I know I picked up shrapnel from there. Picked up a couple of bits of shrapnel from that common the other day, actually. Could be like old military shells, you know, from the old cannons they fired, the old gunnery. Could be some old shells over there. There could be anything over there. But the only thing is, I say, it's kind of like overgrown, and the council does not go over there and cut the grass down. So it's more like walking in and having like 2 foot of grass, to try to detect over. But there are little like spots that you can actually get to. And then there's this other big place, which I videoed the other day, where I didn't find that much there because it's just too stony. I'm pretty sure there might be a lot of metal over. Oh, I know there's probably is a lot of metal over there, but it's just more time digging it, you know. So that's why I come away from there. But I did find a couple of little scraps, bit of metal in the wooded area along the footpath. And then there's a other common across the road near the actual Bevington tram stop where One Island is. So I was actually thinking about going there after I detected there, but I was just so hot and tired I didn't bother. I just came straight home. But there's like, you know, Putney Common we could probably do. Richmond, I don't know if we could do that or not. Probably get kicked off there like I got kicked off with bloody Wimbledon Common. The Putney Common, there's quite a few areas in that area, I think. There's some really old parts on Putney when they had, and I did research it, I found some old not cannonballs, musket balls over there. When I'd done a little bit of research, there was some pretty big battles going over on that one. There was even two famous people who had a duel, and they shot each other, but they never died. So, but if you can, try to find out when the tides are down, and see if there's any other place we can probably go to. You know, local. You know, like old housing estates that have been like ripped down or something, or other old kind of like old wastelands, you know, when they might have had old tips in the olden days, you know. Trying to research like if there's any old places where they might have had like an old bottle dump or something, you know. But anyway, I'm going to shoot off, so I'm going to go to bed in about an hour. I want to just sit down and make something to eat and another bloody cold drink because it's so hot in here. I'll tell you, man, it's really hot. And I'll get back to you later in the week to let you know when I can come up again. But you know, you need to get down here one day on your moped, and I'll take you over to Mitcham Common because there's places over there are still not even hit yet. And there was an old church over that area, which I need to research again because I thought the church was up on the hill, but someone told me no, it's more down on Common Side area. So I want to research that and find out where that was. Because there used to be an old church there. Churches had lead on the roofing. So if I can find that area, then there might be lead knocking around. There might be other artifacts. Old coins. Old Norman, Roman coins. Viking, whatever. Depends how old the church was. Anyway, I'm going to go and I'll catch you all later. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about it straight away because I ain't going to be able to do anything for a week anyway, so I ain't got no fucking money. You know what money I had left over, I've got to put on my card tomorrow morning, just go and get that other bit of lead. Then the rest of the week I'll probably just be walking, be going down to that car tyre place, not far from me. 10-15 minute walk, depends how fast I walk. He said he'd keep me any old wheel tyre weights. So I'm going to go down and see if he's got any more for me. The last batch I got him, I only got like 15, 20 of him. There is some lead ones in there, but I didn't melt them down. I forgot all about it. You know, wheel weights used to be like lead, but because like, you know, lead is like toxic and poisonous. That's why, you know, a lot of stuff is not made out of lead anymore. It's more aluminium and tin and zinc. Even the wheel weights now is zinc or aluminium. So But he did say he'd keep an eye out for any which you might get. Then there's a place I've got to go to up past Birmingham. As soon as I've got some more money to put on my card, another kind of like tyre place. I went last week and he said that, yeah, try to keep them for me. But he said, give me 2 weeks and I'd start collecting them up. I did get some wheel brakes off him. And I know that they did say on the video I saw, some of the wheel brakes do have lead on them. Now, I think I've got some that may have lead. I don't know. It might be steel. It might be iron. Or it might be all completely steel. But I don't know. I've got to check it out. But I'm going to go and I'll catch you later on. I'll catch you later, Alan, yeah. You ain't no rush, you know, getting down here. Just like think it over, you know, and if you do, we'll sort out the time of the day for you to be down here. All right, catch you all later. Good night. God bless. Ciao, ciao.